Yo, it's good. Skano from the gutter. Look, nobody's perfect, right? I mean, I get up here. Sometimes I may have you know, an assessment that's off. It doesn't happen often, but it happens. You know, I say that to say what happened in a week. We're now Sauce Walker backtracking. You're having second thoughts about this Mexican OT situation. What changed? Niggas was on your ass in them comments. That's what changed. Now all of a sudden yeah, you know what I like? Niggas is corny, man. I fuck with Sauce Walker, but be consistent, man. Don't let public opinion sway you. I may not be, you know what I'm saying, the biggest blogger. I may not be the flashy. If I come up here and I say something, I'm standing on it. I'm not gonna let people, the pressure of, you know what I'm saying, public perception change my stance. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You ain't changed your opinion in a week, man. And them niggas up there, I mean, I'm saying these, so-called, whatever they are, the Mexicans that y'all rock with in Texas, ain't nothing changed, man. If they been saying it, they still saying it. So he basically sat up there and said, I'm gonna keep saying it. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're one of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like the fuck. And y'all sponsoring that up there in Texas, talking about it's different in Texas. I get that, but fuck all that, man. I mean, respect come first. All that other shit y'all talking about, whatever. Like I said, man, everybody ain't gonna have the same opinion, even in the black community. On certain things, we all gonna be in unison. But I don't. You niggas in the comments talking about y'all, you lame, man. If you letting somebody, I don't care if they're I don't care if it's a Latino. I don't care if it's I don't care who it is. If it's not a black person, should be off limits, man. That's just and I'ma stand on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not switching up on that. So I don't know, like I said. Now apparently, he just seen a video clip of OT and he felt away. Because it did come off as disrespectful, flat out. And I'm saying if these the type of Latinos y'all rocking with, y'all got around, I'm gonna be real, man. A lot of you niggas in Cali too, mainly Cali, Arizona, Texas, y'all some hoes, man, when it come to these Mexicans. Y'all some hoes. Y'all let them slide with a lot of shit, man. Trying to ingratiate yourself to them. And I'm not anti-Latino, I'm just saying, we, ready to do something to each other over any damn thing. But let it be another race. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. Which lead me to the point of this Adam 22. Actually, this ain't 607 and 4Extra, has some issues on it. Adam 22. What is that? No jumper. So this is what I mean by, okay, Adam 22, if I'm not mistaken, I don't watch the shit, but, doing a little research, if I'm not mistaken, Adam 22 is the first one who was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, talking a little crazy about 4Extra, as far as his sexuality or him having, listen, man, some weird shit, and, but you come up there and you basically threaten to kill 607 Unc, But what was that energy for Adam 22 though? Y'all niggas some crash dummies. And what he will do, he monetizing it, sit back, stir up shit. Now he conveniently out of town when this podcast occurred, in which, 4Extra basically about to crash out on 6-7 Unc, or at least he giving that impression. But like I said, where's that energy? Because Adam 22 is the one who put that shit out there. Now, it is what it is, man. But it's content. There's certain niggas you cannot have on no podcast forum. I'm not gonna lie, man. I understand this shit is like, entertainment, but it's certain things that I'm not gonna be cool with somebody saying to me. And that shit gonna get real, you know. So people that's saying, 4Extra corny for this and he overly extra for, his content, woo woo. Listen, man, when you start talking about, especially you talking about, somebody like 4Extra, or any street nigga, any man in particular, man. You start talking about his sexuality and clowning and, making these little innuendos as far as, sexuality and shit. That's disrespectful off top. And that's grounds for you to get a whooping. So, I'm not going to say 4Extra was out of pocket or he was overly whatever, even though to stand there and say, I'll smoke you and all this other shit, it is what it is. Y'all niggas are on camera, but this nigga obviously is a crash out. He said he'd step on dude and go do the time. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that nigga. But at the same time, what's up with this Big Pill fade? Big Pill been out here talking crazy too about you. 4Extra. He said run that fade. That ain't happened yet. But you ready to crash out on 607 little ass. Like, come on, man. Now that shit corny. Now, as far as him saying, Big Pill ain't on this level, and what the fuck that got to do with some gangster shit? Like, where I'm from, it don't matter your status. If a nigga, call you out, if he G-check you, put it in some 90s terms, if he G-check you, it don't matter if he a little nigga, if he the lowest man on the set, or he a big dog. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to run that fade. So all this shit about Big Pill ain't on my level, woo-woo, man, that sound cap to me, man. And a nigga talking about 10 racks, 50 racks, something like, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? So if you will fight for free, go to the penitentiary, go to jail, the county, whatever, fight nigga, 20, 30 niggas in there, get out, you know what I'm saying? You want to run it, why not get paid to fight a nigga? That don't make no sense to me. But it is what it is, man. But I like 607 the dude's smart. He come across, he come across how he come across, man. But I think that's all part of the hustle. You know what I'm saying? I like him. He's smart. The nigga funny. And I think he could have his own podcast, man. I'm not going to lie. I think he could run his own podcast. I don't even think he need Adam 22. And at some point, I think 607 will have his own podcast. Because he the type, he versatile enough, he can fuck with young dudes, he can fuck with the older dudes, you know what I'm saying? And as outlandish as he come across at times, he got plenty of sense. Now, he said he had the burner on him. At this, when the shit with 4Extra jumped off. Now, 4Extra up there with 50 Crips, I'm pretty sure they, probably got hammers, you know what I'm saying? And 607 ain't rolling like that, man. So it would have been it would have been a kamikaze. But he played it cool, and he just. So people saying he was scared, woo woo. Listen, man. Obviously, he's not on that shit right. He's in a different phase of his life. He trying to get to the bag, man. You niggas still be out here trying to prove shit. You know what You Cali niggas, man. Y'all some crash dummies. Like. 8 out of 10 of you niggas is crash dummies. Overly trying to prove shit to everybody, how gangster you are. Get the bag, man. It's all set up for you. You niggas be so quick to get back in the county and shit. Where you feel at home. So 607 just chilled on it. But, after he got up out the situation, because that's what it's all about. Y'all doing all this woo-woo. It's about getting out the situation. You know what I'm saying? You can't take the crash out approach every time. So, especially if you're trying to get to another level in life, man. So, 4Extra I'm going to tell you what, man. Outside of Cali, that shit ain't flying. It ain't, man. And it's not about dudes being scary. It's not about dudes not having no hands or wanting to run a face. Listen, man. Outside of Cali, that shit is not flying. I'm pretty sure you probably know that. You bring your ass to the Midwest with all that super extra gangster shit, and somebody is gonna knock your head off. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put that fire on you. Nobody about to be playing with you niggas and wrestling and all that shit. That shit is for kids, man. If it ain't no bag involved, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Niggas too old for this shit, man. You fuck around and get shot out here. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, 607 Unc said run the fade. You know what he said, you know, we can hand, you know, do hands. And this was after the fact. And he said, you know, it's whatever. He's not scared. He felt like at that time, you know, things were out of balance. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he outnumbered. You know, it was a crash dummy move. He wasn't going for that. So, you know, this may be the save face, but like I said, man, I'm fucking with 607 Unc. You know, I don't want to see dude, you know, get caught up in none of this other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these niggas, like I said, man, they'll have an opportunity to change their life and elevate, but the crash out is just ingrained in them. It took me a long time to evolve from that mindset. Ready to turn up anywhere at any time, you know what I'm saying? 0 to 1,000. And it's whatever, whoever. You know what I'm saying? You know, and at some point you get tired of bumping your head against the brick wall and it's like, all right, I got to take a different approach. Or you get smoked, or you get locked up forever. It's one or the other, man. It is what it is, man. No ops left Scano from the gutter.